Nick Boy and welcome to Ask Pocket. Ask Pocket is of course when a mummy and daddy ask, love each other very much, and then one day a stork delivers a little bouncing bundle of pocket. Our first question comes in from, well, a lot of you. To paraphrase, hey Nick Boy, what's with all the changes you've made to the YouTube channel? Thank you for asking just about everybody. I thought I would address some of the concerns that have been brought up by the community over the past week. But first, some context. Pocket is not really an expensive show to make, but it does cost money. John needs his peanuts, Pete needs his Dota skins, I cost $12,000 an episode. And to justify the money being put into Pocket by the ABC, we need to appeal to as many Australian gamers as possible. Basically, we need to build a Pocketeer army big enough that we feel like we could safely invade Tasmania. So we need like 3 times as many viewers as we have now. Then we can finally annex that little goatee from the bottom of the country. The crux of the matter is, the more people we have watching, the longer the ABC will let us get away with having this much fun every day. No! And of course, we'd love you to share the show with as many people as you can, but we also want to make the show as shareable as possible. We came back at the start of this year with a mind to emulate a talk show style program, smushing together last year's news wrap up with some weightier opinion-based content in the talk-throughs. And it totally worked, but as the year's gone on, it's become more and more apparent that the individual segments we put in each episode were actually being restricted by the format we're putting them in. And I know a lot of you love the idea of getting just one big hit of Pocket that you can sit down and just watch as one piece, but it also meant we sort of realized we were making more of a TV show than an internet one. Everything felt like it needed to fit together, which affected the duration and the tone and the style of what we made. But some people don't want to get their gaming news from us. They just want to listen to talk-throughs about why Nintendo suck. Some people do want the news, but they don't want to listen to me and Bajo gush over Batman. And believe it or not, some people don't even have asks, and they certainly don't want answers. And that's sad, but we want to respect that. And I know that by breaking it up, it's a couple more clicks to see each episode, and you have to check the YouTube channel a few times a day to see new content that's popped up. But it also means that we are way more discoverable for new Pocketeers to join this totally brilliant community. So by breaking the show down, we're able to be a lot more flexible on those fronts. We can let conversations carry on for longer than they have been, or let the news run a little wilder and weirder and have a personality of its own. You would have seen some of this already, and you'll definitely see more of it throughout the rest of the year as we continue to experiment with new ideas. And honestly, we might totally change other stuff as well. And that's because the difference between us to some of the other channels you might watch on YouTube is that we have to do this. This isn't something we do in our spare time. We are contracted by the government to make this show every day. We're trapped, like rats, like government rats. And even though it's a total blast to make the show, we do have this daily deliverable. And so that means that if we want to retool something or change something, we can't just take a week or two off and figure out a new format and come back in a perfect way. We have to do something every day. So you're gonna see the change in front of you happening all the time. But to me, that's actually kind of exciting because the change can happen with you. And your feedback has helped to shape the show so far. We read and listen to everything you say, and we will continue to do so in the future. We think the best chance for Pocket to grow is for it to keep evolving, and that's what we plan to keep doing. At the end of the day, we want to make something fun and informative and have as many people as we possibly can enjoy it. And then maybe, just maybe, we can finally get rid of Tasmania. All right, our next question comes in from Maiden Muse, who is responding to my setup for a knock-knock joke last week. Who's there? 2. I'll wait for your reply. Our next question comes in from Hill Crash Knight. Favorite card in One Night in Karazhan? Look, if you ask me, the new Hearthstone expansion is worth $30 alone for the new disco card back. Look at it! It's a disco ball! There is no way that that is not the card back I'm using for the rest of my life. So the answer to the question is, the best card in the expansion is the new card back. Other than that, I love the Curator because it does what I think great, fun Hearthstone cards should do. It allows you to do something weird and interesting with your deck. For those of you who play Hearthstone, you know why this card is cool. For those of you who don't play, basically you play this card and no matter where they are in your deck, this card draws a random dragon, murloc, and beast if you have them in your deck. So basically it allows you to set up cool combos earlier on. It has great synergy with existing dragon decks, or you can build a deck that just has some OP card in it like Malagos, and you know you're gonna pull that dragon out every single time. There are so many great beasts in the game that you are just spoiled for choice there, and even though there aren't that many Murlocs that are actually useful in decks outside of Murloc decks, those disgusting Murloc decks, because Murlocs are generally just aggro and they're sort of low cost, low health little minions that just bite you in the face the entire time. You can still draw a Finley.
Who's up for an adventure?
And even if you don't include a then you still drew 2 solid cards and dropped a 6 health taunt minion. But I love Hunter. I've always loved Hunter, and we've got some great Hunter cards in this expansion as well. Kindly Grandmother is so strong. It keeps you on curve, she's sticky, and even the Grandmother is considered a beast, so she has great synergies with your beast decks. And I think people have underestimated Cloaked Huntress. Hunter has excellent secrets, and now they're all free. And now you'll finally be able to use Quick Shot to deal 3 damage and draw a card. I also want to coin out Medivh turn 7, equip his weapon, play Call of the Wild turn 8, summon a random 8-cost minion, win the game. And you already won the game just by playing Call of the Wild. And so now you won 2 games. Congratulations, you're Firebat now. And Barnes is nuts. Barnes is just nuts. All right, our final question comes in from Take It Slow, okay, who says, in response to my tweet of send me your asks, I can't think of anything, you'll make a good show anyway. Yeah, I think we did. No thanks to you. All right, that's it for Ask Pocket, my Pocketeers. If you have any more feedback about the format of the show, we'd love to hear it, so let us know in the comments or tweet us at NickBoy, at Pierreth, at GGEditMonkey, and at Samkey. And for you Hearthstone players, let me know what your favorite card in the expansion is, which is where I am going right now to play. So until next week, NickBoy out. I don't know, I probably need this open to play. Messed up this bit. Stand. It wants your login.